Hi ladies, this is Maxine with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today's going to be a short video. I just wanted to give you kind of an idea, maybe inspiration to do something yourself. So here's a children's book that I picked up. I don't remember if it was, thrift shop or yard sale or what it was, but sorry for the glare. But yeah, this is just a children's book that I picked up, and I decided to use the pages for collaging. Kind of like, I don't know, a whole book of masterboards. So this is what I've been doing. I really like how this page turned out. This is pretty awesome. It's also a great way to use up your scraps. And then on the back of the page, I have just I've covered it as well, but this is more neutral type stuff. And then here's a page, and again I've got neutral on the back. This one. This has wallpaper on the back, so I'm kind of debating on this one. I might put something else on there, I'm not sure. So here's some more, and again this is wallpaper on the back there. So here I started kind of collaging the front and the back. I don't really know where I'm going with that. It gives me two options. You know, when I use this page and cut it out, I have the option of using what's on this side or using what's on this side. So I guess that's what I was thinking. Here's another one where it's been collaged on both sides. So I've got actually two pages. Two choices to use. Here's another one, completely different. It just, you can see the progression of the scrap papers that I was using. And the change in them. And again, I have just done the second half of that page. So in essence, I've got two masterboards, and I could use, either side for the end product, whether it's a tag or a journaling card or what have you. Also, this, this is a great way to compactly store masterboards, right? I mean, I don't know, I haven't counted, but there's quite a few in here, right? And in essence, we have two. We've got this one and we've got this one. So we have our choice of which side we use. So yeah, this is a great way to use up scraps, and it's also a great way to just store in a compact way your masterboards for later use. And again, I've been doing the front and the back. And here is where we are. I've just got a few pages left. So, I can just kind of show you what I've been doing. I mean, no secrets. It's just collaging, Sometimes I start out with a relatively large piece, and sometimes I fill the page with smaller, and it just depends on the scraps I'm using. But yeah, it's a great way to use up scraps. And it's also, I think doing a master board, or, you know, you don't even have to call it a master board. I mean, what is that? Oh, what's the intimidating? Is that, you know, master board? You know, it sounds very intimidating, right? And it's like, oh my God, what do I do? A master board? Oh, geez. No, all it is just collaging. That's all. That's all a master board is just collaging. Just getting different paper, different sizes, different shapes, and different colors, and sticking them down. So, can your collage have a theme? Absolutely. It could have a color theme. It could have a subject theme. It could have a shape theme. Like this first one here, all my shapes for the most part are long, you know, and thinner. That's how that goes. And then I broke it up a little bit by putting some, you know, more square type shapes in there. But, you know, that could be a theme for, you know, the shape. Here, we definitely have a color theme going on. Here, again, we've got longer shapes and larger, you know. This one, the shapes are long and thin, but they're going horizontally. So, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of different things. I mean, if you want to gather your scraps and somehow separate them according to, I don't know, subject matter or color or shape, you know, and then do your collage page from there. Or maybe you need one for, you know, a journal that you're working on, you know, so it has to be far more specific, you know, with color or style or the papers you're using, that kind of thing. So, and then I look to see, okay, what areas do I still need something for, and what is the basic shape that is needed, you know? So, I hope everyone's having a good week, staying out of mischief. Or is it mischief managed? I like that better. That sounds far more fun, does it not? Mischief managed. Excuse me. Do a strip along there. And you know what? The thing with collages is, okay, say you put something down like I just did here, and then you think, oh geez, you know, I'm not sure about that. Maybe as you get farther into the collage, you realize, oh, this color scheme isn't really gonna work, you know. Well, guess what? You can cover over it. So that's the great thing about collage is, you know, you don't have to fret and stew, you know, over what you're doing. You can relax, think about other things, listen to a book on tape. That's what I love to do. I spend hours sitting in here doing something like this, or working on a journal and listening to a book on tape, and it's my happy place. So you don't have to be too picky, too precise, too anything when it comes to doing a collage. We won't even call it a masterboard because that's intimidating, and that's like, oh my God. So, and if you have a plain piece of paper like this, why not get out your stamps? And you may end up covering it up. I mean, who knows? Who's to say what's going to happen? You might end up covering it up at some point too. That's all right. But in the meantime, if you have a plain piece and you really don't want to use a plain piece, get out your stamps. There we go. And make a mark. Yeah, look at that. My cleanup one even gave me a good one. So that's always a bonus. But yeah, get out your stamps and change that plain one into something else. Sorry for the squeaky chair. I don't know if it bugs you. I know it bugs me. You have no idea. There we go. So what else do we have? Yeah, I just have one of those acrylic storage drawer things, and it's just full of this and that. All kinds of, the thing of it is that you should see my waste can, my recyclable waste can that my sweetie hauls out of here almost every week. is quite tall. So it's a very tall garbage can that I use for my paper scraps to put to recycling. And as much as I save here, and these are just cuts from a book that I use sometimes for base pages or what have you. I mean, as much as I have here, you should see what my sweetie hauls out almost every week for the recycling. It's just crazy. It's like, well, my scrap drawer here is overflowing, and yet I still have all this debris. It's very odd. See, I got some of this, I don't even know what they call these things. Just, it was from, well, I don't know where it came from, tell you the truth. It could have been my creative studio, maybe. A package of, different kinds of, they're not originals, but they're, some kind of page from a book or something. This looks like it was a cookbook, but it's smaller than what the page would have been, I believe. So let's see, where are we going here? So I think the next one I do is going to be all vertical again, like that first page I showed you. I really like how that turned out. And you know, depending on the pages you're using, I mean, this image here is the book, but you know, that I think I'm just going to leave that, you know. So work with the pages you have. You know, this one, keeping some of these areas of the sand, you know, that color, you know, would be a good thing. So yeah, just pay attention to the paper that you're covering, that you don't lose a design element, you know what I mean, or a color that might be, you know, just perfect. We'll keep that. See, that's what I mean. How does my debris can get so dang full when, you know, I'm keeping all these scraps? But, you know, it's so cool to, you know, take what would have been scraps, what would have been, you know, of course it wouldn't have been hauled to the dump because, you know, we recycle and we put things in, you know, the recycling. But you know what I mean. Instead of it going to wherever recycling goes, you know, it's actually being used to make something that's going to end up, hopefully, being beautiful, right? Or pretty, or, you know, it will use to decorate a journal. Another thing you might want to keep in the back of your mind when you're doing this is the rule of threes. That is something I learned, you know, when I was doing watercolors. And it's something I kind of keep in the back of my mind when I'm doing these collages. So if the rule of threes is you use the same color 3 times, or like in watercolors, if you're doing a tree or a house or whatever, that each element has at least 3 colors in it. They might be subtle changes to colors, but there's still 3 different colors in it. And I'm kind of thinking about that when I'm doing these as well, to maybe have the same element 3 times. You know, like I'm doing this music page. So you might want to keep that in mind as well. I know I have done that on many of these pages. Not all, not every time, you know. But here, this paper, I actually put it, it repeats over here. This music page repeats here. This script stuff repeats here. And yeah, so anyway, it's something to keep in mind, especially if you get stuck and you're not really sure, you know, what do I do here, or what do I want to put, or something like that. Just, you know, remember the rule of threes, and you know, and just take what you used and use it again somewhere else. So that's, yeah, that's something to keep in mind when you're doing this, especially, like I said, if you get stuck and you're not sure what to put down. I mean, if you have more of something you've already used, there's no rule that says you can't use it again. So I wanted to find that one paper. Yes, there it is. And I wanted to put a little piece down there. So let's see. Let's go right here. There we are. So yeah, I hope we're all doing well. It's been an exciting week. My channel hit 600 subscribers, and if you missed the drawing, I'm sorry. I tried to announce it as best I could. I know some channels keep drawings pretty much on the down low, you know, because they don't want a bunch of people coming on that don't normally watch their channel. They come on just for the drawing, you know, and then they're gone again. And I understand that. I mean, you know, I personally don't want someone like that winning one of my journals because, well, for one thing, I'm not sure how much they would appreciate it. You know what I mean? I mean, if they don't watch my channel normally, maybe they don't junk journal, or really into that thing. They just see an announcement about a drawing and, you know, they just want whatever it might be, and they don't really care what it is. It's just getting something free, I guess. I'm not sure what the thinking is there, but yeah, so I know that's been a thing in some that I've seen. I mean, they don't really announce there's going to be a drawing. They just start talking about it in their video, just like we're talking now. They just start talking in their video, and, you know, it's like, for this video, you need to, you know, hit like and blah, 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 and we're going to have a drawing. You know, and that's about all the notification anyone gets on the fact they're going to have a drawing, which makes sense. I tried to get the word out a little bit more than that. Not sure. I did a couple of YouTube posts. And I'm really not sure that those things posted. I mean, they weren't videos. They were just, you know, words on a page, just a post like you would find in Facebook or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know if they even went up, tell you the truth. I wasn't sure what I was doing. But anyway, we had fun, and we do have a winner. And that video has been posted, and hopefully the winner will, you know, check back and see that. Of course, if you're just willy-nilly, entering for drawings, you wouldn't necessarily, I don't know how they would do that, you know, check back or whatever. Maybe they make a list of where they signed up for things. I don't know. But yeah, I hope this person, I believe they've been a subscriber to my channel for a while. So yeah, I hope they check back and claim their prize. They have 10 days to do it. And after that, I guess I will do another drawing. So, yeah, we'll see. See, now this has this ocean type design in it. And as much as I love the coast, I don't know. I haven't liked this design very much. I don't know. But so anyway, I hope this gives you an idea. You know, like I said, these children books are, you know, pretty much a dime a dozen at the thrift shop. And they're, you know, they're just a great way to not only do your collages, but to store them as well for when you want to use them, you know. And if you do both sides, then you have, you know, two choices. Once you decide which side you're going to use, then you can always cover the back of it in, you know, plain paper or whatever you want to use, or maybe you want to keep it the collage. It depends, you know, on whether you're using it as a journaling card or just you know. Oh, look, some Edith Holden. If you want to use it for a journaling card or just an element of decoration, you know, you could always leave the backside collaged as well. So, yeah, it's fun. I enjoy collaging. I really do. And like I said, it's a great scrap buster. And you usually, at least for me anyway, I usually don't create more scraps when I'm collaging. I usually don't create more. So, you know, some activities, when they talk about, you know, scrap busting type things, you actually end up creating more scraps. So, yeah, I don't find that I create more scraps doing this. Sometimes the scraps I have change shape. I mean, you know, like if I use a part of something rather than the whole thing, then what I have left over is a smaller part. But, you know, it's not adding. Oh, why would that be in? Look at what I found in scraps. Isn't that silly? Huh. How do things like that happen? I don't know. Oh, here's one of my... Wow, I didn't know that was in there. This is one of my digitals that's on my that's on my Etsy shop. It's in my Etsy shop. It's great using for background and collaging. Yeah, it's kind of fun. This is done on really heavy cardstock. I don't know why I printed it on really heavy cardstock, but I did. Yeah, I had no idea that was in my scraps. I don't remember using it recently, but Anyway, so yeah, that's something that's in my Etsy shop. I don't get to say that very often, because I don't have a lot of digitals. The digitals I do have, I mean, I physically made this. You know, I put the stamping, I put the colors, I, you know, did the watercolors and the spraying. I mean, you know, I physically made this. It's not computer generated. So all the digitals that I have in my shop, I actually created by hand. Nothing is computer generated because I don't know how. And I'm sure I don't have the right software for it either, and I certainly don't want to pay for it, because I believe it's probably Photoshop or Illustrator that they're using. And yeah, these days Adobe, those things are rented rather than bought, so you can't go out and buy the disc for the program anymore. You have to rent it. I don't know if it's by the month or by the year. I'm not really sure, but yeah, that's not something I'm going to do. Because I don't know how, and, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure the learning curve would be worth it in the long run. I mean, you know, some of these designers, I mean, I'm in awe of digital work. I really am. You know, I'm not putting it down when I say all my stuff is handmade. No, I'm not. I am in total awe of artists that can come up with these beautiful digitals. I really am. But, you know, with so many of them on Etsy doing that type of work and doing such beautiful things, you know, I don't really have a place there. You know what I mean? I don't have a place at that table, I don't think. But my handmade stuff is, of course, different. And some of the stuff, I mean, I have one kit that is made to be like a journal kit, and it's all watercolor flowers. I did watercolor flowers, and I placed the flowers on the pages where, you know, if you folded the page in half, the design would come out in the right place, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do have a watercolor kit that is flowers. That's all been hand done. And, you know, I might do some more like that later on. But yeah, to all the expense of renting the right kind of software, and then my learning curve in trying to, you know, learn how to do that. No. There's too many artists that do a fabulous job. Sometimes I wish I could talk to them about their designs and, you know, the placement of things. A lot of times I kind of wonder, you know, what were you thinking when you designed this? Because when you fold it, you know, the design isn't in this corner where it should be, or this corner where it should be, type of thing. It's kind of, you fold it and this is plain, and, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I wish they would think more in, okay, now how would a person use this for a journal type of thing, you know? And I'm not, I mean, I imagine that's what they're making them for people to use in journals, aren't they? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's some beautiful work out there on digitals, and I'm just going to be happy with the few I have that are, you know, done by hand. But it's kind of fun for me to say when I'm doing one of these videos, for me to say, oh, that's mine. It's in my Etsy shop. My good friend Gayle Agostinelli, she has actually promoted my shop and my Etsy channel many, many times. And recently she actually purchased some of my digitals and featured them on her channel. And that, you know, I am just, she is a uniquely kind person. She really is a very, very dear friend. And I can't express how much gratitude I have for Gayle in helping me over these past few years. She is so kind to spend time on her channel promoting other artists. I mean, it's just, you know, there's not too many that do that. I have a few times, you know, promoted, like if I'm using a digital kit that I find, you know, really, really great to work with, I will, you know, talk about it and promote it and have the link, you know, and all that stuff on my video. But, you know, there's not too many that actually take the time to, you know, promote somebody else. You know, they're usually, you know, promoting themselves and, you know, doing things using their, you know, digital designs and things like that, which is, you know, which is great. But to run across someone that actually will devote, you know, some of her time to promoting someone else is just, you know, it's very, what's the word I want to use? Humbling, I guess. At least that's the way I feel. You know, very humbled by her giving some of her time to my endeavors, you know, and my shop or my channel. You know, I think that is just, well, she's just uniquely kind person. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, I very, very much appreciate Gayle and very grateful to her. So anyway, guys, that's where we are. This video probably turned out to be longer than what I intended. Because once I get talking, well, there you go, you know. Anyway, I hope this gave you a really good idea on just sitting and being creative, using up scraps, and having a nice, neat way to keep these for when you want to use them. So, until the next time, ladies, take care of you, love each other, and I'll see you again. Bye.